Our breaking news is happening this morning on Mount Hood. We can tell you search and rescue crews are responding to reports of a fallen climber. Those 911 calls came in about 5 o'clock this morning, reporting a climber had dropped about 1,000 feet near the Hogsback area. Now, we do have crews heading to that area. Also joining us on the phone right now is a person who's been involved with the rescue lead before in Portland Mountain Rescue, Steve Rollins. Steve, good morning.
Good morning.
When you hear of a report like this on such a at least clear and beautiful day, what happens at this point as the crews respond to Mount Hood?
Well, that's something that probably a lot of climbers don't realize that climb Mount Hood is they think if they get in an accident, they'll have a helicopter flying up within 30 minutes. And the reality is that the bulk of the rescue is done by volunteers such as myself, and so we have to leave our daytime jobs. We're with our families or in town. We have to respond to the mountain, which is usually, for most people, at least an hour to an hour and a half drive, depending on traffic. Then we have to get a rescue plan together at Timberline and get gear together, so that may be another 30 minutes. If we take a snowcat ride up the south side of the mountain, that can easily take another hour just to get up to the upper climbing area and up towards Crater Rock. And the snowcats can't reach all the way up to the climbing area, so then we have to get out and climb up to the injured climbers. So that can take another 30 minutes to an hour, depending on where they're located and how much gear we have, that sort of thing. So we always stress to climbers, it's critical that you're self-sufficient, and you can be self-sufficient if you get injured long enough for several hours for us to get up and reach you.
Steve, we're looking at a very nice picture of Mount Hood today on this beautiful June morning. What are the conditions on the mountain now for climbers and for the rescuers who are heading up there? Well,
I haven't been on the mountain recently enough to tell you the exact snow conditions, but I would expect the weather to be pretty good up there. This is a pretty common, time of year to climb. It's during the what we call the normal climbing season, which is generally May through June. So, I wouldn't expect right off the top of my head, for there to be problems with conditions that led to this. It is certainly possible with some of the rain and stuff that we got up there. There could be avalanche potential on some slopes. The new snow on top of icy older snow can sometimes be a little tricky, but, those are things that climbers need to be aware of any time of year, any time of day. So I don't think of anything unusual at this point.
Steve, we have reports that about 100 people were registered to climb Mount Hood today. Is that an especially busy morning or a typical day?
I'd say that's a little busy for a weekday. On a weekend, you could easily have 200 people, even 300 people on a really, really nice day trying to reach the summit on the south side. So, for a weekday, when most people are working, it's probably not a bad time to be up there. Personally, I like to climb on weekdays just because there's fewer people. That lowers the risk. Other people getting hurt around you, dropping things, kicking rock or ice off, that sort of thing.
Steve Rollins, we thank you very much for your help and your rescue efforts when you do go out there, and I know help save so many lives. So thank you for giving us some information this morning and all your volunteer work that you do.
My pleasure. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
We will keep you updated on the situation as the search continues for the climber, again, who dropped about 1,000 feet this morning right there at the Hogsback area. Again, we have crews heading to the scene, and we will keep you updated as they hopefully are able to reach that person soon. We have a condition for you. Now, this is not the first time someone has disappeared in this area. Just last year, a snowboarder from Virginia survived sub-freezing temperatures after becoming lost on Mount Hood. Brantley Acree says he was trying to climb to the top so he could snowboard down when he became lost. And in June of 2010, a father-son team was rescued from around the same area. They became lost during a whiteout on their way down the mountain. As of 2009, 130 people had died on Mount Hood in a 100-year period. About 40,000 people a year fill out permit applications to climb the mountain. Again, we're hearing about 100 people were registered to climb today. And Rhonda's telling us about the 7,000-foot level. It's 37 degrees as climbers are there, and rescuers are trying to reach this person, probably about freezing at the 10,000-foot level, though. We will keep you updated on this breaking news.